following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. Now we have a second half hour and folks from the Logan County Pride Organization. We have Kelsi Edwards and Tristen Karrick with us. Thank you for joining us. So Pride Fest 2024. This is the fourth. Okay.
Yeah.
What can we expect? What new and exciting stuff is happening this year?
Yeah, so a couple things we're bringing back that were just popular are the facial hair contest and the pet costume contest.
Okay.
Facial hair contest starts at 4:30. Pet costume contest starts at 6. The overall event is going to be from 3 to 8, and that's rain or shine. So perhaps have an extra umbrella or something in your car just in case. We will be having live performances this year, so we'll have a stage area with a DJ and then 3 live performers to sing live music in between. Over 50 vendors, so we had a goal of getting 50. Last year we capped at 30, so lots of people coming with arts, crafts, snacks, resources, so all kinds of stuff available there.
Very cool. And just for the folks who maybe aren't familiar with Logan County Pride, how long's the organization been in existence?
I believe 4 years. We decided to start the initial one 4 years ago during 2020.
Okay, I'm not sure what that beep was, but hopefully it's nothing major. So 4 years, and do you have an idea of the like how many members there are for the organization, or?
We have 6 total on our board right now, and then we have a handful of volunteers who have over time just got added to our list, and so they show up at things that we need extra hands, but we're always continuously looking for more. So we're looking to grow, get more people on our team, because it does take a lot of hands to put this stuff together.
And what, obviously you have the Pride Fest, but what other kinds of things does Logan County Pride do, or what are they involved in throughout the year?
Yeah, I think that's a really great question, and it's something that we're honestly answering as time goes on. Over the last couple of years, a lot of our focus has been on growth, just trying to get things sustainable so that there is a future for Logan County Pride, and we're not a one-and-done event. And now that we're kind of getting into that sweet spot, we have begun looking at other events. Specifically, we're looking at planning a Pride picnic for later this year. We're looking at doing things in October and some much smaller community events. With that, we're also making sure that we're representing all of Logan County. So we've begun conversations of how do we, make waves here in Atlanta. How do we check out things in Latham and Mount Pulaski? And so those are conversations that we're going through. But I would say that there is a lot more to come, and hopefully we'll have more to announce come July.
All right, very good. And if folks are interested in joining or supporting or anything like that, where would they find more information?
Yeah, please reach out to us on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you're welcome to message us. There's, I think, 4 of us who manage it, so you get a pretty quick response. Or you can shoot us an email. It's logancountypride@gmail.com.
Okay. What is the organization in need of? I mean, I'm sure in order to do Pride Fest as well as, picnic or other events, probably financial support would be very welcome. I know you do some fundraisers, like the fundraising night out at Culver's. I've seen that before. Are there other opportunities for folks to support the organization monetarily, or if someone just wants to write you a check, I'm guessing you'd be okay with that as well?
We will always accept donations. We also do, promote sponsorships about 6 months before our festival. So a lot of businesses that are returning sponsors, we'll send them an email. And then at our monthly meetings, we kind of just brainstorm others to reach out to. But we have had some that just reach out to us on their own. So we always welcome that. Obviously, financially, it's a big piece to be able to host a free event and hire and do all the things to bring the free fun to people.
Sure. So once again, this is Logan County Pride Fest 2024 we're talking about, that happens this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Look at my screen here. You said there were 50 vendors, live music, food, prize contests, giveaways. You mentioned some resources. Do you know what kind of resources folks will be available to folks, or who will be providing those?
Yeah, so we will have some resources about Logan County specifically and the LGBTQIA plus community. However, about 40% of the vendors who are attending Logan County Pride are nonprofit organizations who operate in the greater central Illinois area. And so a lot of them will be bringing resources like on adoption, on legal matters. We have many vendors who will be bringing things for resources.
Okay.
Some with health resources,
Yeah.
health-related resources. So
I know one of our big sponsors, Lincoln Memorial Hospital, it will actually be there with Memorial Behavioral Health to help provide mental health resources that are available throughout Logan County.
Sure. Okay. And I'm just trying to sit here and kind of, me as just, sort of a average white guy, heterosexual, kind of white as sour cream is usually how I describe myself to people, thanks to Weird Al Yankovic and his lyrics. But what kind of struggles do folks in, and I'm going to mess up the letters, that's just out of ignorance, but the LGBTQIA plus?
Yeah.
All right. What kind of struggles do those folks face, either long-term or even on a day-to-day basis, that maybe someone out of ignorance like myself have no clue about?
Yeah, so I always tell my story of, I grew up here in Lincoln, born and raised, and went through the public education system. I went to talking too fast, the high school in Lincoln.
LCHS.
That's it, LCHS. And one of the biggest things that I noticed growing up was just visibility. For a long time, I thought I was the only gay kid in our high school, which wasn't true, but it felt that way. And that was very hard. And because of that, that led to a lot of mental health issues, just kind of struggling to find a place where I belong, and having this greater feeling that Logan County was not a place that I belonged. And so as we started this project and founded this organization, one of the things that we have been very diligent about is increasing our visibility to show that, yes, you do belong here in Logan County, in the same way that I belong here in Logan County. So that's, I think, one of the biggest things. And then the other thing is just access to resources and knowledge. Being gay is not easy, and when you don't have anybody to talk to, it can be hard. And so one thing I pride myself in is making sure that my team feels comfortable to talk to anybody about anything, and if they don't have the answer, at least know where to get the answer, and where to find resources to help people.
I see what you did there, that you pride yourself on it. Very clever. We'll go ahead and take our first break here. Once again, if you have questions of Kelsi or Tristen, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email your questions, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We will be back in 2 minutes with more about Logan County Pride.
You'll find many great bargains at not one but two farm equipment auctions this month, brought to you by Mike Moskey Auction Service. On Thursday, June 20th, don't miss the Carla Ackerman Closeout Auction southwest of Lincoln. Carla has decided to sell all of her farm and livestock equipment to the highest bidder. Bidding starts at 10 a.m. at 1299 650th Avenue. Then on Saturday, June 29th, don't miss the David Batchelder Equipment Auction in Warrensburg with many more great deals on tractors and mowers. For a full listing on both auctions, go to moskeyauction.com.
Summertime means party time, and we here at Knights Action Park know how to party. Now, you can book the most awesome birthday party right inside Splash Kingdom. Go online to knightsactionpark.com and reserve your space. For the business and organization event planners, we can accommodate and customize your special day. Reunions, retirement, group, church, team. Give us a call today. Knights can cover the day. And then there's the Route 66 Drive-In Theater to take you well into the night. 62 acres of fun, where fun rules.
The 9th season of the Lincoln Memorial Hospital Farmers Market is underway, located at the Logan County Fairgrounds Expo Building in Lincoln. The market is open every Saturday through September 21st from 8 a.m. to noon, offering free parking, admission, children's programming, health screenings, fresh produce, and much more. The market proudly accepts link cards and provides a snap matching program. See you at the market.
Don't be a victim of consumer fraud in healthcare marketplace. Things to be aware of: people asking for money to enroll you in Marketplace or Obamacare insurance, high-pressure visits, mail solicitations, emails, phone calls from people pretending to work for the government, and people you did not contact who request personal information. For more information, call me, Dara Entwistle. You are a friend in health insurance, located directly above J&M Meat Shop in Lincoln.
And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM, talking with representatives from the Logan County Pride Organization. We have my camera turned around, Kelsi Edwards and Tristen Karrick. And I don't know if I asked you before, what are your, do you have titles or certain roles within the organization, each of you?
Yeah, so in establishing the organization, we decided having an official board. We had to create bylaws, go through all that things to become a nonprofit. So with that, we kind of voted on what made sense for each person. So at this time, I report as president, and Tristen reports as vice president.
A heartbeat away from presidency. Now, we mentioned, of course, the Pride Fest coming up this weekend on Saturday. During the break, you told me there are some information you'd like the public to be aware of in terms of getting around, things to do, ease of travel, those types of issues.
Absolutely. So yeah, we just want to make sure people know the road closure does begin at noon that day. We will have barricades that we'll be putting up. That'll include South Kickapoo Street in front of Guest House, so that whole strip will be closed, and then Pulaski Street that runs in front of the Arcade and Spirited, and then half of McLean Street. It'll be open where the post office is and closed on the other half. So 2.5 streets will be blocked. So we'll have abilities for the vendors and stuff to get in, but they'll have to go find parking, much like at a Third Friday event. Okay. So just for the general public, so they know that that's happening. And yeah, just general information that is probably common knowledge, but we want to make sure safety is at top of mind for our event. So just stay hydrated and wear sunscreen. Last year it was a blazing 90+ degrees. It was very hot out there. This is an all ages event, so children and pets are welcome and should be supervised at all times. Pets should be leashed, but we do welcome them, especially we're having a pet costume contest. Okay. No open alcohol on the streets. So to my knowledge, Spirited Republic will be open, Alibi, Rusty Rail, so people may consume legal drinks, but have to stay in those designated areas to do so. We will have peacekeepers and uniformed officers there for safety, just to monitor and make sure everything goes well. And there will be picnic tables, trash cans, and porta potties available, all for the convenience of our guests.
All right, very good. So once again, the hours are 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
3 to 8 p.m.
And admission is free. I mean, there might be, if you visit a food vendor or whatever, obviously there might be some costs, but you can get in for free. Are there any, how do I want to ask this? You mentioned peacekeepers and officers. Have there been any incidents in the past that have needed to be quashed?
There have not, but I think just looking nationally, we know that that is a possibility. So we just always want to make sure our guests do feel safe and included. So there has never been an incident, which we're very grateful for. But we just continue to have that, and just for any other situation that may arise. So.
Okay. And it sounds like this year, I don't know, again, what the right term is, but this seems like you mentioned it's a family-friendly event, kids welcome, pets welcome. In the past, haven't there been more like drag shows and things that are a little more flamboyant, for lack of a better word?
We have had those shows in the past. They have typically been post-event. So the event itself is all ages. So, I mean, we're also going to have bouncy houses and face painting and free books. So it is on all ages, just to make it as inclusive as possible. There will be a post-drag show hosted at the Foxhole afterwards from 9 to 11, which is a 21+. Okay. So 3 to 8, any and all welcome. 9 to 11, 21+.
Okay, very good. And this doesn't really fit in to anywhere, but I know we were talking about fundraising earlier. I saw it on our community calendar that the Bee actually stepped up and did a shopping day to help support Logan County Pride. Do you want to talk about that and thank them for their support?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll talk about that one. It was actually a very fun conversation that I had with the owner of the Bee. In the past, they've actually been a vendor of Logan County Pride when we were out at the fairgrounds, and have been a part of our emailing list every year of, hey, come participate. However, they had the privilege of opening up their own store on the square, so it didn't make sense for them to have a tent sitting outside. But they still wanted to be involved, and that led to a larger conversation of, what can you do? What can we do? And we had this conversation about having a day where people can go in, shop at the Bee like normal, and that particular day, a certain percentage of the sales would be donated back to Logan County Pride. And so that was, very kind of them, and I'm, thankful from the bottom of my heart, because those are the opportunities that we don't get a lot here in Logan County. So when they do come, it's truly heartwarming.
Yeah. So that was Buzzing with Pride at the Bee, and then mentioned before, you often have the Culver's Nights. If there are other organizations out there who would like to do some sort of a partnership like that, how would they go about setting that up?
I would say either emailing or messaging us on Facebook, so we can have that conversation exactly how they want to plan it out.
Okay.
LoganCountyPride@gmail.com or on our Facebook page.
All right. Yeah, we're a little short, but let's go ahead and take our final break here because we've got to cut off a little early for the satellite. So once again, we're talking with Tristen, Karrick, and Kelsi Edwards from Logan County Pride. The Logan County Pride Fest 2024 will be this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. with adults only drag at 9 to 11. Where was the Rusty?
At the Foxhole.
At the Foxhole. So,
yep.
Once again, information available on the Logan County Pride Facebook page. And if you have questions or comments, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email us your questions and comments, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We will be back in 2 minutes, and we will wrap up with representatives from the Logan County Pride.
Compeer Financial has always been here for our clients and communities, and our support continues today as we help you plan for the future. Through operating loans with a variety of rates and terms for farms of virtually any size, we provide solutions for access to funds when you need it, and our experienced financial team will guide you every step of the way. Partner with us today. To learn more, give us a call at 844-426-6733 or visit Compeer.com. Compeer Financial ACA is an equal credit opportunity lender and provider. Copyright 2020, all rights reserved.
There's an innovative new soybean herbicide on the market that's helping close the door on weed resistance and open new doors to productivity. Preview 2.1 SC herbicide from UPL is a multi-mode of action pre-emergent that controls the most resistant broadleaf weeds at the beginning of the season and continues to control later weeds with strong residual activity. Ask your retailer about Preview 2.1 herbicide from UPL and always read and follow label directions.
A homeowner's roof may experience hidden hail damage weeks or months after a storm. At Sundown Exteriors, we can provide calm after the storm. If your home has been damaged by hail or wind, call our office or visit our website to schedule your free damage assessment today. And right now, we're offering a free shingle upgrade. Call Sundown Exteriors at 217-737-9117 or go online to sundownexteriors.com.
Hi, this is Dara Entwistle. Loyd, Kirby, and I would like you to join us on Wednesday mornings at 8 o'clock on Viewpoint, the show of politicians, personalities, and perspectives. Wednesday, June 5th, our guest will be representatives from the Logan Correctional Center. We hope you'll join us on 96.3 WLCN or WLCNonline.com.
And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here with Kelsi Edwards and Tristen, Karrick from Logan County Pride. The Logan County Pride Fest 2024 this weekend from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Talked about Logan County Pride being around for 4 years. How did the organization come into being? Is there hopefully a positive story behind that, or something educational behind that we can share with folks?
Yeah. So Logan County Pride got its start in 2021. basically based off this conversation that pride could never happen here in Logan County. The culture just wouldn't allow it. And so that felt like a challenge. And that challenge was starting to put into place. And a group of people got together, including Kelsi, to start planning out this first event. And in its baby stages, it was a private event, very low radar, just trying to see how things go, to see what the impact would be. And it was a phenomenal event. It had some really great turnout, had some really great vendors, and they got their feet wet. So moving into that second year, it started to have this larger conversation of this shouldn't just be a one and done thing. We should continue this. And they decided to plan another Pride Fest event. And about halfway through the year, I came into the picture and tried to help lay down some foundation for the team and get us organized so that it felt like a professional event, even though we were 5-6 people who were meeting at a coffee shop. And so we did that. We had our first public event in 2022. Had amazing, I think we had 25 vendors that year, had a turnout of about 1,200 people, which we weren't expecting for our first, public event. And so ever since then, we've been on this project of growth, seeing what more can we do, how can we continue to grow this event to show that we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue our mission of being visible in the community, while also continue to supporting the people who help us get here. And so we started planning 2023. It was a much larger conversation as we decided we were going to move the event from the fairgrounds to downtown, which required a lot more planning and a lot more logistics than I think we were prepared for. But we made it happen. We had 40 vendors that year. We had a turnout of about 1,500 people, which was fantastic. And we had the opportunity to work with a lot of downtown businesses. And so this year, as we continue to grow, that was part of the plan, was to tie in our businesses that are helping support us, highlight those sponsors who are helping us grow as well. We'll also continue to make an amazing event, and so that's why the decision this year was to add 50 vendors. We have food trucks this year. We'll have live music, so many other things. And I think that as we continue to grow and as the organization continues to form, we're going to continue looking for that feedback of what can we do better. I know that I'm not perfect by any means, but I think that's where we're at, is this continued growth of what was once a baby organization 4 years ago.
And I think it's important to highlight just the importance of it in a rural area. We hear that a lot from our partners in Springfield, Peoria. When we tell them there's a Pride Fest in Lincoln, they're just blown away. People who grew up here, who are, older, that said we would have never guessed that this would be here. So just highlights the importance of having representation, having that inclusivity also in rural areas as well.
Right. And so I remember now that we did talk about this last time. How did you yourself get involved in this? Because you're safe to say you have a husband and children, and that you are an ally.
Yes.
To the nth degree. How did that come about? If you can share.
Yeah. So I have just several friends who are a part of the community, Tristen included. I guess you're my friend. But lots of people who I love who are part of that community. And so I've always been an ally, have always, wanted to be a part of something bigger to help support them and have their rights. And so I knew the people who said we should do this. And I sent a message and said, how can I help? And then it was just putting everything together, and then I became the president. So that went fast.
Very cool. Got about 3 minutes left here. You mentioned sort of expanding things as far as perhaps some sort of a picnic event in the future. Are there any other, or if folks have ideas for events, I guess is what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, we've brainstormed as a board just what else can we do in the community. Hosting an educational panel seems to be a recurring want of ours, is to just host an educational panel for people to ask questions, for people to sit up on a panel just to educate the community a bit more about the LGBTQ community, people who maybe have questions that they don't know how to ask, that we would welcome them to come and ask questions. Something Tristen and I, of course, it's nowhere near being at the developing part, but we really want to do a scholarship for students in Logan County. So we both have, the importance of education in our hearts. So Pride Picnic, as you mentioned, and yeah, just other ways to be involved. We would entertain hearing from people on what kinds of things they would enjoy doing.
All right. So once again, the Logan County Pride Fest this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. with 50 vendors, live music, food, prize contests, giveaways. You mentioned resources being there as well, and then the 21 and over drag event afterwards at Foxhole from 9 to 11.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to promote or talk about, or?
I'll just give one final shout out to our 2 platinum sponsors, which obviously goes a long way. Platinum sponsors are our largest donors. So Lincoln Memorial Hospital being one of them, and another one, a fabulous group based out of Springfield, Coral. Coalition of Rainbow Alliances is their name. They've been around for about 20 years. So they do a lot for the Springfield area, but they also kind of bounce around to all the central Illinois. So those are our 2 really big supporters.
And I remember having a different conversation with you that you had mentioned how I can't remember if you just attended or Logan County Pride had a presence at the Springfield Pride Fest or at a booth down there or something. Is there a lot of that sort of inter-group cooperation or support that happens amongst the Pride organizations?
Yeah, there is. So we do try to attend as many other Central Illinois Pride Fests as possible, just to be a presence there, to give them support. We were at the Springfield Pride Fest in May and had a table booth shared with Coral. So yeah, we do try to attend any of them that we can. Bloomington, Decatur, Peoria. So.
All right, very good. So once again, Kelsi Edwards and Tristen Karrick from Logan County Pride Fest this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are approaching the end of the hour, so thank you both for being here, and we'll be back next week with the 4 p.m. 411.
News on the hour, every hour on 96.3 WLCN, Atlanta, Lincoln.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.